Hi everyone, John from the Healthy Prep Chef. So, talking about starting a meal prep business. So, a little bit about myself. I started as a chef back in '96, working in hotels, restaurants. I built myself up to head chef roles, rosetted, worked in chef hat restaurants over in Australia, equivalent to Michelin star, and worked for a couple of Michelin star chefs over in the UK as well. Um, but primary hotels and functions, which I've predominantly done. And then I went into teaching. So I did teaching for about just over 3 years at Darlington and Middlesbrough College. And then I went offshore. I went offshore and worked offshore for about 10 years, which it was good. The money was great. The money was fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But I wanted to always start my own business and work for myself. So this is what I've done. I started the meal prep business, the Healthy Prep Chef, down to my brother's fault. So initially I was going to open a healthy eating restaurant based in Northallerton. And I was going to serve your barista coffees, cakes, homemade, everything homemade, fresh and healthy. And I was going to do the meal prep from there as well. But that was just before COVID, so nearly took on a lease, which I'm glad I didn't. And then my brother discussed about opening meal prep and why don't you deliver to people's houses. So I spent 6 months research during the COVID time and purchasing meal preps from other companies and going about it. A lot of research, and basically ended up designing my own logo. So I got the Healthy Prep Chef. It's all trademarked as well, which is a big thing. So if you're ever going to get a logo and your name, get it trademarked. And it took 3 months before I could actually officially use it. There was a company down in Australia who had a little bit, was the Prep Chef, and down in Australia, it didn't make any difference whatsoever. But their logo was nothing like mine, but the trade thought it was. So I had to wait 3 months for it to be authorized, and it was fine. So it was great. So I got that, and then I ended up starting cooking. And I think I started before, to be honest, family and friends, and out the house, like everyone does. And it was getting too big, and my fridge was absolutely packed. So I ended up buying a refrigeration trailer, and I parked that outside my house. So I had that on, cooking the meals on the weekends. I had my partner around at times as well. And it was predominantly me just doing all the work, everything, packing and delivering, which I thought I would use the trailer to deliver in, take my car around and have it in the trailer. But it didn't really work like that. It didn't work well. So I had the car for about a year, and then I had to change it. So I traded it in and I got myself a van. But in between those times, I was looking at getting a kitchen. So I had a few options. I ended up working out of a hotel, which I knew the owners, and I worked out of there for about 3 months, which worked well. That was based in Northallerton, but I was delivering throughout the northeast whenever I could. But I was only working Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So Thursdays, and then the Friday, and then the Saturday packing, and then Sunday delivering, which so it worked quite well. But it was difficult, and the numbers weren't as big as I'd wanted them to be. So I ended up stopping there, and in between I was getting my website all built by a company, and I did a lot of research into that, getting the website. So there was companies that were approaching me, offering me to do the website for £150, and then the others £1,000, and then another £10,000. So I went with one of the highest price ones, which was about £3,000. That's probably the second highest, and they've been brilliant, fantastic, and they've designed my website with what I wanted it to look like. So everything on there is predominantly designed by myself. And yeah, it was tough going. It was backwards and forwards, and the website was basically dormant for about a year and a half. I didn't use it because I wasn't in a proper kitchen, and then I ended up getting another space in March of 2022, and I thought, this is the place. I'm sharing it with a friend, and we were going to go halves on the rent, and the rent was only going to be a £500 a month. I thought that was quite good with all electric, gas, everything included. So I thought, brilliant. So we started there. I was literally in there for about 5 weeks, and they said the rent's going up dramatically where we couldn't afford it. So we both left, and then obviously didn't go any further with the website, didn't go any further with any customers. So I couldn't go any further with anything. And then I was still looking. I eventually found a place in Durham, just outside of Durham, and the price of it was excellent. It needed a lot of work doing to it. So obviously before that, ended up putting my house on the market, and I sold my house, and basically everything went into the business. So looking at about a few £1,000, okay, but nothing over 50. All right, so I didn't spend anything over 50, and I kitted my kitchen out. Big walk-in fridge, new flooring, everything new, walls, extraction fan, 2 Rationale ovens, Electrolux dishwasher up over one, and tables, benches, equipment, and I did it on a very, very reasonable price. I bought everything virtually secondhand from my Facebook marketplace, and I just cleaned it all up. And I had the big walk-in fridge brand new, and the extraction fan for over the ovens and my brat pan brand new, but I managed to get a grant, so I got 40% grant towards that. That's another big thing, is try and look into getting local grants. There is something out there. There is people that can help you as well. So that's a big thing, and I'm still looking for more grants as well, the option to help out. But yeah, it's massive, and it was tough going. So I started in the kitchen on October, November. I opened it. I had the keys and everything on November 2022, and I didn't get everything finished until April 23. So I was in there for probably six months paying rent and not earning a penny. I was doing agency work, I was backwards and forwards. The days off, I was cleaning the kitchen, I was getting new flooring put down, I had to get plumbers, I had to get the electricians in, I had to find the tradespeople to come in at the right time and fit everything together. The equipment I bought, I just needed sort of checking over and serviced. I managed to find a guy to help me out. That's a difficult thing. Tradespeople, they're expensive. So there might have been a lot of the parts I can do everything on my own, but I think it would have taken me a lot longer, and it would have cost me a lot more money. So getting the right people in is key. Unfortunately, some of the right people I tried to get in was not. So that cost me a little bit extra. Couple of plumbers, they weren't ideal, and a couple of tradespeople that helped me, not fantastic. But there were people I got recommended, and 2 people I knew. So I was like, oh, they're going to help us out. But it's difficult finding the right trades to help out. So recommendation, sometimes perhaps getting the actual professionals in. But then obviously that's going to cost you. So you've got to manage your budget, whether it's worth doing the work yourself if you're good enough, or if you know how to do the plumbing and electrics, then fair enough. It is difficult. And so I spent a fair bit of money on the trades and equipment. I saved a lot of money secondhand. I mean, I got 2 Rationale ovens, and I got them for £3,200 for both of them with the stands, and various other equipment I've purchased. So I've been down to Southampton to collect stuff. I've got 298 containers, Gastron containers, if anybody knows what they are, for £250, which is fantastic. I went to just all over them near the Midlands. I went to collect trolleys. I went to collect Gastron trays and the vac pack machines. Went to the Lake District to collect tables, racking, dishwashers, you name it. I've got it, but I've got it on a reasonable price, a very good price, which I was probably quite lucky. But the key thing is just keep an eye out, check your Facebook market, give it a go, bargain people down, hassle them, but definitely worth it. So yeah, I've built up quite a reputable business now, and I was doing 70 meals, 80 meals per week back in April last year, and now I'm doing over 500 meals. So in the 9 months that I've been trading, I'm doing over 500 meals, which is great, and it's just building. I've found it very difficult over the last few months. Being in dark places, like I said, it's taken its toll, but I'm getting there. I've got a great menu on now, and the best thing is mixing it up every now and again. Look at your menu and sort of, the best thing is trying to work out the calories and macros. There's a website I use, Nutritrix, which is great for that. And then my website guys just put everything on MyFitnessPal, which is something I can do, but it's just time consuming. So I'm basically trekking to work every day, and it takes me an hour to get to work, an hour to get back. I'm prepping, ordering the food, checking on my orders, getting back to customers, washing up, cleaning, making everything all my prep for the meals, and then cooking it on the weekends and delivering it on Sunday. So I try to get Monday and Tuesday off, which is sort of hard to do because you're always doing something. But you need that time off. If you constantly work, you're going to burn yourself out, which I virtually did. And I ended up involved in counselling because I was in a position where it was just so dramatic and so intense that I needed to just step back and think, well, I need time to myself. So, and in losing a relationship as well didn't help. So it took its toll, but fighting fit now and back and ready, and the start of the new year, it's looking promising and things are looking up. So I will be speaking to you guys more about this, and hopefully explain a few more things about starting a meal prep business. Okay, so enjoy your day. Thank you. Bye.